fucked up. I had to restart it. It fucked up. It like restarted. Wow. Okay. Well, I apologize for that first round. You guys definitely they didn't see the first round because oh my god, that's so annoying. I know what I did too. I know what I did. I tried to
What did you
restart.
do?
I tried to restart the stream and then I pressed it twice instead of just once. So I'm pretty sure it started and then instantly stopped. It only recorded like 37 seconds. Well, my apologies. We're back though. 1-0. Stormwatch got a good first round. You know, it's technical difficulties, all right. I'm still learning. I'm still learning. We have Jolly on front door holding the flank. Mr. Gamer and Monster watching garage. It seems just like a regular garage push. Nade coming out from Monster. About a C tier frag, gets a little bit of damage on the man with the foot. I don't know how they're gonna play this. Ferret gets some chip damage on the Monster, but Monster also gets a shot off on him. Nade coming back, F tier frag, banked it off the little panel right there. That's unfortunate. That would have got really good damage. Mr. Gamer has an Omen, gets a swing off on the Ferret and gets a pick. What a shot. I don't know if Monster knows the guys on front door. There's actually, oh, what happened over here? Jolly actually got a pick from front door and actually gets another one on the piano. Oh my god, man with the foot, and they missed the trips! They missed the trips! That's why you need the drone in that situation. Trent actually got some damage on him from Mr. Stanley's. Going back to Island, walls foamed. Foam is tossed over to Laundry. They're getting ready to pop the wall. Trent is gonna go for the Laundry. Good nade! S-tier frag! In the words of Gibular Bobbin, what a play! I mean, that was a great frag. Oh my lord, the bounce that took to get over there, absolutely oh my god, that was great. 2-0 lead coming from Stormwatch. I didn't expect this. Really, I thought this would have been. I mean, the second round is really important. Pistol round's also good, but you gotta get second round because Eco's gonna be showing right here who can afford, who can't. Wow. What do you think? You Scorch?
Yeah, that's it's that round was definitely something. I really did like that nade going in back from counter. It did seem like an S tier frag with that bounce that you said that they had. I was more focusing towards Laundry with the Omen that was in the hands of Trenton. I thought Trenton was gonna get the pick. Then the frag came out of nowhere and got him. This round, yes, like you said, round 2 is definitely important, but I wouldn't say it's the most important. Just because if Stormwatch used that advantage from round 1, which they did, and outbought the other team, it's kind of hard to go back from that. Pistols versus Omens. So I'm excited to see what Mysterious Lunchbox does to get back, and possibly bring it back to a 2-2 lead or to a 2-2 tie.
Yeah. It seems like they're just going for a regular push here, going to the A balcony. Mr. Gamer's actually holding outside A, runs back into site, probably very smartly because they could get angles on that very quick. Actually have a door blocker on the A door. Doesn't look like Mysterious Lunchbox is roaming at all. They don't have anyone off the roam. They have 3 players playing in the A, 2 just making sure they're not going for a B rotate. We have 2 people watching flank from Stormwatch on the hatch. Farah is shooting open the door blocker. Monster doesn't get any tags on to, oh my gosh, onto Gamer. Farah coming up with the EMP. Farah is going for the foam on the wall. Gamer's in the corner on the wall. If they don't see him here, Mr. Gamer might get a free pick on the Farah. Gamer's still close. They have no idea he's there. They have no idea he's close. He has an Omen. If Farah pushes this, Gamer gets a pick on the Trenton on the stairs. Mr. Gamer goes for a swing and he gets refragged off Jolly Rancher. Sarah pushes in, gets 1, gets 2. What a play from the Oros. Gets picked off by Quiz. Marku goes for the refrag, gets 1, does not get Quiz. Nade coming out from Quiz. No damage. Marku has the Omen. He's electing to swing here. Makes a little bit of audio cue, but Quiz has the cloak on him. He's holding the angle, gets a pick off the Stanley, but has to reload! And Marku swings off the reload. I mean, that was perfect timing. He played that so well. Crouch walking up and getting that, like, as soon as he heard the other guy die, and when you hear that mag hit the floor, you know that it's going to take us 2 seconds to reload. So he was able to get that swing off and get that final pick. Nice. Good job, Marku. That was great. Awesome. What'd you see? What'd you see, Scorch?
I love that play. That was perfect. That's exactly what Mysterious Lunchbox needed to do to win the round, was play off of each other. most people or most teams in this league nowadays like to take the 1v1, like to take the picks. But if you're up 3-1, 2-1, especially in that situation when they were up 2-1 and down 2-0 to start the game, it was beautiful the way they played it. They used one player to bait out where he was, and as he was reloading, the other player swung, and it was a free kill. Like it was a beautiful play by Mysterious Lunchbox to get that off and finally win a round, and get themselves back into this game. And I'm excited to see what else they can do on defense. Possibly make it 4-2 or carry this momentum, or will Stormwatch bring it back?
Ooh, oh my lord. Yeah, it's actually, if you look at the eco, Lunchbox, they have 2 omens when Stormwatch actually has pretty much a full buy, except Trenton. He has a Viper, but I think we're just going for a regular storage push again. Man with the foot. Drone's coming out. Nade goes into the back. Oh, go into back of storage. No damage on the nade. Monster shoots out the camera. We have 2 people in waterfall. There was a pick off the backside off the A window from Quiz. What a shot. Man with the foot's holding the lean peek. Gets a shot off on Mr. Gamer and actually gets a wall bang through the corner of the wall. Trips on the... They know the trips are there. Marco gets a pick. Monster swings off the shots and gets a pick on Trenton, but Farah gets the refrag. Farah has EMP. There's 2 people in B. Well, it's just a 2v3. Farah's going for the EMP plant. Ensign coming out from Mr. Stanley is getting picks, isn't getting hits, and he forces him off of the EMP plant. Farah's getting foam on the wall. Wallbang's coming out from Jolly. Man with foot holding a lean peek. Marco's playing close on playground. He might be able to get a good swing here. Jolly, once the wall's open, Jolly gets a free pick onto playground. And Mr. Stanley stuck in a 1v3. There's nothing he can do in that situation. Just outgunned. Oh man, oh man. I mean, it hurts. It hurts when you have an omen and you're trying to fight 3 people with Vezins and Maruis. That's just a tough situation to be in. There's not a lot of people would win that right there.
That is a very tough situation indeed. And as I'm looking at the leaderboard, Jolly Rancher King is kind of carrying the team on his back right now with a 9-2 KD. Great performance from Jolly Rancher King as we get into round number 5. I did see Mysterious Lunchbox kind of try and take swings, but instead of taking those 1v1s, they try to take the 1v2s, and it did work out for Marku. He did get the pick, but then he immediately got refragged. In those situations, sometimes you gotta sit and think that maybe Yuta would be better off if he were to throw a nade instead of swing that. But I do want to point out, on the top floor, when Mr. Gamer was hiding in that corner last round, he did take damage. I don't think Farah heard it, but he could have easily calmed that Mr. Gamer was there, possibly saving the guy on stairs. Let's see if this happens again on this round.
Yeah, it seems like we're just seeing another A push right here. We have clones going out on the window. They actually shot the window out. We have a clone on the hatch just to bait for the flank. If someone goes on flank, they're gonna check the hatch, so that'll be free audio cues for the attack. Farah gets foam on the wall. There is a static on the door. They have to get that off if they want to get in there and go for the default plant. There have 2 people. Oh, wallbangs coming out from Jolly Rancher. Perfect lineup. Gets a pick off on the Seer. Nate comes through the window from outside. Man with the foot. A-tier frag. Gets a lot of chip damage off on Mr. Gamer. He's about 25 health. Monster's holding a nade. He's waiting for the plant. Ensign comes out by bathtub. Oh, Farah. Jolly Rancher gets another pick. Nate comes out. Ensign picks off Farah, but he did get the EMP down. They have not shot out this proxy. It's just going off. 4v3. This is looking like it's in Stormwatch's hands. It seems like they got this. Low health from Mr. Gamer and Stanley, and the EMP is planted. It's hard to win this. Trenton gets a kill. He's actually going for the swing. Gets picked off by Monster. 2v3 here. Monster and Mr. Gamer. Jolly Rancher picks off Monster. It's just Mr. Gamer in a 1v3, and just like that, Stormwatch is taking over. In this, oh man, this site is just so hard to retake after the EMP goes down. Farah sacrificed his life right there, and I think that's for the best. Some people in that situation right there, Scorch, I think when they hear that ensign go off, instead of going for the plant, they would just run outside. run back out to safety. In that situation right there, I love that Farah went for the plant and just stuck it out. Even though he died, he's given his team the EMP down, so they only have to hold it for however long, and they had numbers too. They had numbers. All they had to do was sit back and hold, and they played that perfectly. Jolly Rancher got so many picks. He actually got a wall bang. That was beautiful. He just knew where to line up, and yeah, that was great. I don't know about you, but I feel like they played that perfectly.
I do think that they did play that perfectly. In some situations though, starting a game like that, yes, Farah did stick it. Ultimately did end up getting the plant off, which was beautiful. But you start to wonder if he maybe baited the plant and faked it instead of going for it. Maybe he could have survived that and faked the incend. But I did love the effort from Farah. He realized he was going to die, planted the EMP, and then threw his gun to his teammate as he was dying.
Ooh, great flash coming in, and Farah gets a swing off onto the garage and takes out Mr. Stanley. 5v3 now, and Mysterious Lunchbox just seems to be falling apart right now, giving up room so easily. There's also a pick from Quiz from really far back by the tree outside. That was also a really good pick. We have Jolly Rancher on the flank, actually, going down A stairs. Seems like the main push, though, is coming from garage. Man with the foot has the EMP. Wall is open. Man with the foot sees Marku Island. Farah walks in with Man with the foot. EMP is not down. Syrup tries to swing, gets taken out by Man with the foot. Man with the foot gets a 2K off on Monster. Double headshot with the Marui. That's why you use the Marui. The headshot damage is unmatched. It's unmatched. As a fellow Marui user, I don't understand why people use the Vezin over it. I really don't.
Vezin user.
It just hurts my soul because I know the headshot damage and wallbang damage is just so much more for the Marui.
I know, but when you like really look at it, the Marui doesn't really have a lot of ammo. Like it adds like maybe 3 clips versus the Vezin you can shoot a lot more. I mean, yes, it does less damage, and yes, I do get a little annoyed when I headshot somebody from a closer range that I should have killed them in, but I didn't. I have, however, been switching to the Marui. I will admit I've caved in. I've switched a little bit over to the Marui, and it has helped me a little bit.
The case that I hear the most is that the Vezin has a higher fire rate, which I understand. It does. It's really fast, but the Marui, I think it's better. But I mean, it's all preference in the end, you know.
Yeah, as we get into round 7 here, we see Jolly Rancher King with a 13-2 record. I believe he got a 4K the round before, which was just phenomenal gameplay by him. We do see Stormwatch break the hatch. They throw a nade, does not take any damage. I'm unsure where the nade went. They are droning out bedroom. It looks like it's going to be a B push here, as Marku is watching the flank onto door as they get proxied off, so they do know that they are there. Marku drops and tries to get one pick, takes a lot of damage, does not get any damage in return. However, wall is foam. Marku does seem to be pushing towards QuizWiz. Does he get the pick? Yes, he does get the pick on QuizWiz. The wall is blown. Mr. Gamer is shooting through the wall, gets no damage as he's pushing up. He does have EMP. Will he plant in this situation? Marku does peek towards B. Mr. Gamer does peek, gets Farah, takes a little damage on his own. However, they push into sight. Jolly Rancher King with a Jesper kill. Trenton with a kill. Jolly Rancher King with another kill. Mr. Gamer with a pick of his own is now left into a 2v1 situation as Trenton is now incend off. Incend does disappear, however, not in time as the plant does go off. Marku is watching Trenton from the con here. Will he see it? Trenton does push up, but it does not matter because Mr. Gamer does have the better reflexes in that situation, does get the pick off with a headshot, making it 5-2 as oops, it did not change as Mysterious Lunchbox gets a round of their own on defense. Is this just a defensive sided, or excuse me, offense? Is this just an offensive sided matchup here, Juice?
It really seems that way. I personally, I think offense on Hideout is definitely better than defense. I feel like, especially top floor is just so easy to take on offense, as we saw from the, oh my god, why I can't type. But the top floor, like if you get the incense off to what am I doing? Mysterious Lunch. Hold on. I'm over here trying to change the names, and I was about to put Mysterious watch, like Stormwatch. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Oh no, I changed one of the settings. What did I do? I turned off, how do I fix this? I can't see their outlines. How do I fix this? Oh no. Oh, there we go, I got it.
You go to I,
I pressed U.
Okay,
I did it.
Sweet. Now getting to round 8 with a little bit of technical difficulties. Bear with us. It is his first time streaming. We are now heading into round 8 as Marku is pointing towards Garage on the lineup here, as it does seem like it is going to be going for a B push with Garage take, but no one's has even broken the garage door. Does Mysterious Lunchbox know that Garage is completely open? I'm confused as to what's going on here. They're all pushing. Okay, Marku is pushing towards Garage. Garage is taken. However, there are trips on Garage. It seems like a weird. Okay, trips are taken out, so it doesn't look like it matters. Jolly Rancher is, however, downstairs on the roam here. Will he get the pick on Mr. Stanley? He does seem to be playing it safe though and waiting. He does push up now. Will he see Marku as he pushes? He does. Marku sees him first and gets a lot of damage on him. Mr. Gamer does get the pick on him. However, he does take a little bit of damage for Marku, as Jolly Rancher King was not fully in vain. And Trenton does get the pick on Monster. Marku gets the pick. The refrag on Trenton. Farah gets the pick on Marku. Syrup gets the pick, repick on Farah. They are now in sight. Syrup is now planting with the instant down again. Perfectly planned instant as they are just free to plant. And it is now down to a 3v2 Quizwiz and Man with a Foot against Mr. Stanley. Syrup and Mr. Gamer as another instant gets thrown out. Unfortunately, they're both in the same area, so the instant does affect them both, and they cannot push off. That is 10 seconds gone on EMP with around 20 seconds left remaining. With Mr. Gamer holding the long angle, Mr. Stanley pre-firing. Will he get that angle? No, he does not. Nade, if it's F-tier nade, it just gets the wrong bounce. As Man with a Foot does pushes up with Quizwiz. Mr. Stanley does get the pick on Quizwiz. Does Man with a Foot get Mr. Stanley? No, he does not, because Mr. Gamer does save Man with a Foot, or excuse me, Mr. Stanley, as he gets Man with a Foot, bringing it to a 3-5. Do we see a 5-1 curse here?
That's what it looks like. It really does look like a 5-1 curse right here, and that was beautiful. They did that off-meta push going into theater. Usually you don't see that. Usually you don't. Usually it's just a garage push. I like the off-meta. It really throws the defenders off, because what happens in situations like that is the defense, they expect a garage, so that's where they set up all the equipment. I mean, that's where you'd put the trips, put proxies, put everything. But it seems like Lunchbox was just able to get in there. I mean, they cleared it out really well. They played that great.
Yeah, that was indeed. I like the explosiveness of their offense. They seem to be going off meta a little bit. They were kind of pushing towards Garage. Marku actually got control of Garage, and then they decided, you know what? Let's switch to A. We can get that wall in, or toss a couple of incense, plant the EMP free. And it did seem like it worked out perfectly for them, because we are now getting into round number 9, as it does seem like a basic B push, as Mr. Gamer and Syrup both rally up together to take down the storage door. Drone goes out. Will he see that there is nobody in storage? Nade does go out in storage. Gets no damage as there is nobody there, but it was a nice nade to clear out that area. Now they are pushing up. Monster and Syrup both have... Oh, there's a nade! Will it get Mr. Gamer? Yes, it does, with an S-tier frag from Farah, as Marku gets Jolly Rancher King. We are now down left to a 4v4 with a gun kill and an S-tier frag. As we see foam get tossed around towards that wall. They do now blow B wall. Now they're going to be blowing storage wall. They now have basically full site control. Syrup does throw the incense. Wrong area. Mr. Stanley does get the pick on Trenton. Syrup gets the pick on Farah. It is now down to a 4v2 with Quizwiz on the flank. Marku gets Quizwiz on the flank. It is now a 4v1. Can Man with a Foot show his skills with the Viper? Let's see now here. No, he does not. Marku does get the pick on Man with a Foot, as it was total domination on Mysterious Lunchbox there. It was 4-2, making it 4-1, 4-0. Now it is 5-4 in favor of Stormwatch, but Stormwatch seems to be slipping here a little bit. They do have the lead, but for how much longer?
I mean, that just... Like you said earlier, this is an offensive map. Some people prefer defense more than offense. Maybe both these teams are just offensive players. You know that can happen sometimes. Sometimes teams are better at defense. Some teams better at offense. It really just depends which map, who you have on the roster playing, who's what as we see this clone coming out. What is that? Yeah, I mean they've executed this really well. It actually looks like we have full buys coming out from Lunchbox, but we also have an Oral and a Viper coming out from Stormwatch, so that just the gun advantage is already in Lunchbox's favor here.
We do see the new gadget utilized as it is finally able to be used in comp for now the second week. We see the clone utilized in, it seems like a little bit of an exposed area, but it might get some picks as Farah immediately gets a pick on Mr. Gamer from Laundry. It seems like he was trying to swing in, and Farah said, no, you cannot get that site, as they are now holding down Garage a lot more than they did last time. Incense goes off, sends them off. It seems like that Jolly Rancher is getting tricked by the clone that is outside. Marku is trying to get the picks on the corner. Man with a Foot is trying to deny that. As Man with a Foot does push up a monster, gets the pick on Man with a Foot. Now they have Garage control. There were 3 people in Garage and they all push back to site. I'm unsure as to why, but we see them now fully get site control here. As Mr. Stanley does now bowl the wall, they put a clone right in front. This could work, as it does look like they're walking right in. This could work and get somebody to push out. It does. The Jolly Rancher does push out, but gets the pick on Monster. Farah gets the pick on Mr. Stanley. Jolly Rancher King gets the pick on Syrup. We are now down left to a 4v1 on the opposite side. Does Marku have what it takes on 4 HP to get this off, or will he save? It does seem like he does have the eco. His entire team pretty much has the eco, so I wouldn't, if he can find a way to get a stim or get a couple of picks before entering, it's possible he could try and go for the clutch here. However, it does seem like he is going to save, as he is pushing back towards the plant side here. Will he see, or will he try to see if he can get somebody who's trying to guard off EMP? Doesn't look like it. It does seem like he is just going for a full save, as now Farah and Jolly Rancher make sure that they are now full HP, to where it is over just under 400 health versus 4.
Yeah.
In this situation, there are 35 seconds left.
Ooh, yeah, the odds are not in Marku's favor here. You just gotta save at this point. I mean, yeah.
I know, but like, you have the money here. You have the cash here. Marku has almost $5,000. I mean, I guess maybe he can buy Mr. Stanley a gun next round. Maybe that's why he's saving. But in this situation, I'd maybe try and go for at least a pick, because if I do die, I still have the money to buy a gun for next round.
Yeah, maybe he's thinking to buy equipment. Maybe Marku's gonna buy out all the gadgets. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Also, I want to give a shout out to Farah, dude. He was holding down Laundry, and they had no idea he was there. Drone just did not drone him out, and he swung and got a really good 2-piece. I mean, that was beautiful. Stopped the whole Lunchbox push, and yeah, now it's match point for Stormwatch here.
It seems like Stormwatch did get the formula to eliminate this mystery Lunchbox attack, as we saw them play a little bit more aggressive. The first 3 rounds, they didn't really play aggressive at all on defense. That round, they played aggressive. They made sure that they got a couple picks in Garage and then pushed back, made sure to play their numbers. In that situation, I would have maybe try and see if you can just hold down Garage, but I do like the pushing back and holding numbers, making sure you're already left in a 4v3 situation. You know that you can win gunfights, as you have seen in the 5-1 start. I like the way the Stormwatch played that. That was really well. The only thing I would have changed is maybe sticking Garage a little longer. But
I agree with you on that. Yep. I feel like they could have held Garage longer. Yeah.
I do feel like they could have held Garage slightly longer. I feel like they gave it up a little too soon. But anyways, it did not matter, as they did get the win, as we are now seeing the round number 11 with Man with a Foot automatically getting a pick on Mr. Gamer from another window. That is the second window pick we have seen in the very beginning. Laundry window and now main window. As Monster tries to get the frag. Nope, he decides to go up. Patch is blown. Marku does get back on the window. See if he can Get a pick from stairs. He sees that there's nobody on stairs, so he now pushes up. What will we see here? As we do see a basic. It does seem like we do see a basic A here. Hopefully they don't do some sort of trickery and push B. However, it did work out the last time for them, so it's possible. Proxy does get taken out, so Man with a Foot can shoot through the wall with that Marui. As you were saying, any the damage as Marku gets the pick on QuizWiz on the flank. QuizWiz seemed to be putting as Monster with an S-tier frag, getting Trenton with the Incen now going off. Syrup and Mr. Stanley are now hold off. Will they wait to blow wall before that Incen goes off, or will they blow wall before? It seems like they will wait. Now Syrup elects to blow the wall. Now Syrup is pushing up. Incen goes out. Smoke goes out. Now Syrup pushes up the plant. He does fake it, but Incen was placed in the wrong direction. He fakes it again. Jolly Rancher gets a pick on Marku. Syrup is now sticking it with another Incen being pushed off. Mr. Stanley now pushes up, sees if he can get Jolly Rancher. There's now to a 3v2 in favor of Mysterious Lunchbox. Will they play numbers here? Monster pushes up. Yes, they do, because Mr. Stanley gets the refrag on Jolly Rancher King as Jolly Rancher King picks out Monster. We are now left to a 2v1 situation. Will we see him push up? Man with a Foot gets it, and then Syrup gets another refrag. That was a beautiful team effort there as we saw back-to-back refrags. What a way to use your team members and play as a team to win the round there, Juice.
Oh, Scorch, I don't know if you saw it, but someone on Stormwatch threw an ensign and it landed on top of the counter.
Yeah, it landed on the... Yeah, I did see that.
That's so rough in that situation. I mean, that could have won them the round, got the EMP off. Oh, dude, that's so... Oh, that's just unlucky. That's just an unlucky toss right there. I've had that happen to me before. That's just... Oh, man, that's so rough, but...
It is. It is absolutely unlucky. In those situations, you just got to make sure you bounce it off the wall instead of throw it in that corner, because incens are automatic pops. It does not matter. It acts like an impact grenade. The second it hits, it'll explode, versus nades are different. But the instant, I just maybe bounce it off the wall next time. It was so close, though. It did seem like he was going to fake it. It's possible he could have survived the instant, but on very low health, because that instant was thrown as he was still inside.
Yeah.
As we are now getting into round number 12 of 12, will we see an overtime here? I'm excited to see this. I really hope it's an overtime. Not rooting for Stormwatch's demise, but I just would love to see a great game here. We are now getting into round number 12 as wall is foam. Mr. Gamer does seem to be baiting for his teammates as we see 3 people hold storage. Farah now pushes over at 4. Mr. Gamer gets the pick on Trenton. We see them now rotate all the way over. Nobody's holding A. Could this work? Maybe the Foot now rotates over, gets refragged after getting Syrup, and now Mr. Gamer gets 2 picks on the fake. Mr. Gamer getting 3 picks of his own on the fake. We are now left into a 3v1 situation as Farah does take off Mr. Gamer, but now Mr. Stanley is planting the EMP there. Mr. Stanley now planting the EMP there. We are now left into a 3v1 as Farah is on the flank. Will Monster see Farah before Farah sees Monster? Will Farah see the clone first? Let's see. Farah pushes up, and Monster doesn't even see him. It's Marku. Marku takes him out. We are now left doing a 6v6. I want to give a huge shout out to Mr. Gamer for faking that side. Getting those 3 picks really sold to the other team that they were going to be pushing B.
Wow, yeah. Wow, that was beautiful. That fake, they were all so attracted to B. They just left A unguarded. And Mr. Gamer, who my fault. Who was the one who was making noise over here? Whoever it was, they got 2.
It was Mr. Gamer. Yeah, it was Mr.
Gamer.
Gamer. It was Mr. Gamer.
That was great, Mr. Gamer. You 2 picks off on the flank, and once you get those 2 picks, they all think, okay, it's just a regular storage take, but nope. You had 3-4 other people pushing into wine to get into A, and just like that, they took it over. And it seems it's a repetition of the off-meta working. I feel like every time we've seen an off-meta push, it's worked. As it was downstairs, and they went for a theater take, and it worked out perfectly. Right there, they went for the off-meta onto A site and through wine, and it worked there. And they also, top floor, they went for a B earlier, and it worked. They just, the off-metas are just working today for the offense.
Yeah, it does seem to be working really well. We are now getting into round 13. I love the fact that we have an overtime on map number 1. Still a lot of gameplay left to go here. If the other two maps, possibly other two maps, take on the same fate, as we do see another basic A push here. They did play numbers last time. Let's see if Mysterious Lunchbox can take it again, as Mr. Gamer and Trenton are trying to trade picks here, as they unfortunately get no damage off of each other. Insane goes out slightly too early, and it seems like slightly to the right too. We do see a flash go off as Farah does push up, sees the nade, no damage done to the nade. There's 0 damage done, and there's been 3 pieces of util. It's just that's bizarre to me, as we now see Farah has foamed the wall. Will he elect the flow? He does. He pushes up. There is a clone. Didn't even see that. They are faked by the clone. Either faked or tried to shoot out the clone. As Farah does take a little bit of damage to the incense. There's another nade getting thrown. Will it be an S tier frag? Yes, it will. Marku gets taken out by Trenton. What a beautiful frag, and that wasn't even guided throwing. What a perfect frag, as Farah gets the pick on Monster from Bass, as we see another S tier frag. Holy crap, pick after pick. Farah takes out Syrup with an S tier frag. Mr. Gamer takes out Trenton with Man with a Foot taking out one of his own. We're now let's do a 2v1. Will we see? No, Mr. Gamer does get one pick. We do not see the same team, but it does not matter. Mr. Gamer gets the damage off, and wait a minute. They win on defense?
Wow.
I was...
Wait, what's going on? Wait, what just happened to my...
Wait. Didn't...
have I had...
I'm just baffled. Did Mysterious Lunchbox go 5-1 on attack?
Oh, because they... Yeah, wait, what? Oh, I forgot to change the scoreboard. Yeah, my fault. The store is not right.
I forgot you too. I thought
Mysterious
it was just
Lunchbox. Mysterious Lunchbox won that, right? Yeah. Okay, my fault. That's on me. That's on me.
Mysterious Lunchbox won that. Holy crap!
That was hell of a game. Oh my lord. My apologies for not switching the name. That's on me. I was just so baffled. Wow, I can't believe they took that on defense. Oh my lord. I can't. Oh, it all came down to that, dude. And after winning all those offensive rounds, the one round that it mattered most, they clutched up and won on defense. Yeah.
I wonder if them choosing defense is the reason why they won. Maybe the other team was a little too confident because they felt like they picked their stronger side.
Wow, yeah. I wonder if we're going to see a map 2. I really want to see another map. I'm not going to lie. I really want to see another map.
That was a very close matchup, and the gamble paid off.
Yeah, I mean,
for Mysterious Lunchbox.
It looked like it was just going to be an easy win for Stormwatch at first. I mean, they go up 5-1 on attack.
Wait, I'm mistaken. Stormwatch had score.
Did they? I can't even tell.
Yeah. On the leaderboard, you see Enforcers below, score 13, Rolters 12. I didn't even realize that.
You're right.
That round was so amazing. I was just conjumbled by everything. Holy crap.
Yeah, wow.
I'm really excited. I really hope that we can get into a map 2 here.
Yeah, good job by Mysterious Lunchbox, dude. I mean, I thought Stormwatch had that, though. I mean, the 5-1 curse came true. It really did. It seems like we're going for Arctic. Let me make sure the team's right before we start. So, do I have this right? No, I do not have it right. So let me switch it really quick.
I don't think I have it right, too. It usually automatically switches. I'm confused as to why it's not.
Mysterious Lunchbox is on defense, right? Yep. And then Stormwatch is on... Wow, that was a really good game. I'm so glad that they kept that close and were able to bring it back. But when it comes like that's all. It doesn't matter how you start; it's about how you finish, Scorch. And in that situation, that was like the perfect example. You don't win any defense rounds, but when it matters most, on match point 6-6, you win it on defense for your team. That was great. That was a really good game. I really enjoyed that.
I did absolutely enjoy that game. And while these two teams aren't two top teams, it's still fun to see teams go head to head who are evenly matched as well as these two teams. Like I wouldn't be surprised if these two teams end up going for a challenge match sometime in the future. This is just a scrim. However, we might be able to see them in an official match.
Yeah, and like you were saying, it's fun to watch lower team games. You know, I'm not saying these people are bad. I mean, playing really good. You got a really good team together. I mean, that was a really fun matchup, and I like the diversity because you don't. I mean, obviously you have Ace or IVI. You have all these really good teams. I mean, they're gonna get casted every week. It's fun. It's cool to watch.
Miss Zero.
Okay, so don't mind Scorch here. He's just a little on the slow side today, but. As we're going into Arctic, we got Mysterious Lunchbox on the defense. Bottom floor for the first sight. Monster's doing the lean the lean trips onto the B door. Those trips are actually really nice if people don't look up, because sometimes people don't check this spot up here for the trips. They'll die going for that default plant. Seems like we're going for a basic B push. It just seems like they're going to break into red. We have Jolly actually watching the flank. This is actually a very good angle that Jolly's holding through the... Oh my god, hold on. Let me spectate him if he holds the peak again. It's a really good angle to watch the stairs right here. If anyone goes on flank and you leave this door open, you can actually see their feet. He actually shoots the door open. And that's... I wouldn't shoot that door open if I was him, but... I digress. Mr. Stanley's holding outside of B now. Drone's coming in from Trenton. Doesn't see anyone on the drone. He's checking the flank. Syrup pushes up to hold the A door. Farah is actually on the breach. Instant coming out. Does chip damage to Man with the Foot. Man with the Foot goes for the swing. He's half health. Farah's right on Man with the Foot. Drone's coming in to sight. They see the drone. Syrup gets a pick off on the Man with the Foot, and Farah doesn't get any damage taken off of him. Gets the pick off onto Syrup. The refrag. Instant goes out onto Mr. Stanley. How did he dodge the trips? How did he dodge the trips? Oh, Mr. Stanley gets a pick.
Wait. Oh yeah, the trips were in the corner.
The trips didn't kill him. Trinity gets the refrag onto Mr. Stanley. Mark 3v3 coming out. Trenton is going for the EMP plant. Marku gets a bit of chips damage. He's holding in the corner. Jolly gets a pick off on the Sparks with the Jesper. Going for the double swing. Marku gets the pick. 2v1 Marku by himself. Jolly swinging the door. Gets a little bit of chip damage on him. And Jolly gets the pick. How in the world did those trips not kill the planner earlier? Oh my lord, he was right underneath them. How did those trips not go off? Wow, that was... I don't know if you saw that, Scorch. I don't know if you saw that, but he was...
I saw the trips in the beginning, but I didn't realize that maybe the trips were placed too close to the wall there.
Oh man, that was so mind-boggling. He walked in, and he must have saw the red lines as he was on the wall, and he put his pistol up and just... Oh, that was so crazy. Wow. I mean, good round from Stormwatch. Got a good... good push. Oh my lord.
That was not a bad round from Stormwatch.
I mean, wow. That was chaos, though. That was chaos. I mean, we like chaos, though. We like chaos.
We do like chaos.
Mysterious Lunchbox is having 2 Omen buys this round. We have 2 Omen buy and a Viper buy on Stormwatch. Drone and a Flash, Ensign, Foam. Looks like a regular B push. We have Monster on the green stairs. They gotta, whoever's droning this has to check the stairs. You cannot let... They're electing to drone towards the kitchen side. They see Marku. Drone gets shot. No one saw Monster. No one saw Monster unless the person on the window saw him. Jolly. Monster's making noise. They know he's there.
This could be damaging.
Monster gets the pick off on the trips. The drone did not drone out the trips. Syrup gets a swing off on the Trenton and gets a wobbing on him. Farrah gets Foam on the wall. Wow, they are holding down green very well right now. Quiz actually got the flank off onto Monster. Ooh, that was a good frag. Didn't get any damage though. Jolly and Farrah are in garage. The wall is about to open. Quiz with the cloak sitting behind the half wall. Syrup is close on green 90 hall. Will he see anyone peeking up? And Marku gets a pick off from the kitchen flank. The double kitchen flank from Stanley and Marku pays off very well. They get the pick, and they actually have Jolly and Quiz pinched here. They have people coming from comp side and people coming from the breach side. Syrup is pushing up into the green hall. EMP is down on the floor. Once Syrup sees it, they'll know that they have They have the EMP. Sparks is swinging from the breach. Sparks sees Quiz, doesn't get the pick. Sparks is taken out from Jolly. Syrup gets the refrag. They know Quiz is in the corner. Syrup gets the swing off, and with the Omen, with that low amount of health, Quiz just can't do much in that situation right there.
That round made me smile a little bit. That was serious. Lunchbox has starting to pick up a little bit more on defense as we now see them pick up 2 rounds in the last 3 defensive rounds they have had versus starting 5-1 down on that map. That was that on Hideout, excuse me. So I love to see the back and forth here. I want to see a more back and forth game here. We saw a landslide from both teams on attack on Hideout. I want to see kind of a 3-3, 6-6 type game. I would not mind seeing that. However, I'm not going to discredit any of the players who are playing this game because all of them have all of them are absolutely magnificent. As Jolly Rancher King is already starting with a 4-1 after getting 19 kills last game.
Yeah,
I'm not going to discredit.
Rancher.
I'm not going to discredit any players here. Everyone is playing their hearts out, and I thoroughly enjoy it. I'm just rooting for a good game here.
Yep. It doesn't seem like we have many full buys. We actually have... Ooh, Quiz actually gets a pick off of Rip through the hallway with the Spectral. Monster gives up an early body. He's playing a lot... Monster was playing a long angle with a Knut. I don't think you should... From that far with the Knut... That's just... You gotta play up closer than that. And he gets punished. But there's also...
Was there a nade?
Yeah, there must have been a nade. There was a lot of chip damage off on Stormwatch. A lot of their players have low health. They do still have the gun advantage, though, with Quiz holding that Marui. But let's just see if they can bring it to use, because, I mean, anything can happen here. Marku is playing Red Hall, and once again, they don't drone the trips, and Monster gets another kill with the trips. Wall is open. Fair has the EMP with an Omen
from the grave.
Hand. Wow, from the grave, yes. Monster gets that pick, and I don't even know who just died. Oh, Jolly off the flank, got a pick, but then refragged by Syrup. Fair tried to walk in, but the static kept him out. EMP's down on the wall. Stanley holding an angle. Marku gets a pick off in the hall. It's a 1v3 for Quiz with a cloak. Oh, this... Oh, defense just fell apart. Quiz actually gets a pick. He has a Marui here. In this situation, I think you save. In this situation, I mean, you're low on health, 2 people, and they have actual guns. They don't have pistols anymore. I don't know, but it's really a toss-up if you go for this or not. They have EMP. You know what? I think Quiz is gonna play it smart. I think he's gonna play it smart and just go outside. Man, wow, that was. I feel like everything just fell apart so fast. And what I'm seeing from Stormwatch is that they're not droning where they need to drone. Last round, actually the pistol round, when they droned through the library hatch, he droned towards kitchen side. When the main push is going towards Green Hall into gym, they didn't check the trips. The trips were on the laundry basket, and they just weren't seen. So the Monster is able to get free picks off of that when they're just walking into the trips. Well, actually, I think Monster left. He's actually an AI now, Ray. So Mr. Lunchbox has an AI now. Quiz is just going for the save. Wow, what'd you see there, Scorch?
I just want to reiterate on the drone play that you were saying. Yes, it is great to drone out kitchen, but not fully. You just kind of want to get your drone head in the door just to see if there's anybody close flank. Because in that situation, you could have a flank watcher, especially on that window, in that corner, that top right corner from the window. It is super freaking difficult to kill somebody from there because you're shooting the arm. I don't even think it's possible to shoot the head. I peeked it several times, and the arm pokes out first. But anyways, in that situation, you just want to make sure you peek the drone's head in, see if there's anybody. If you see somebody, great. And then you rotate back and you look for where the main push is. You also don't want to completely waste all of your drone health there unless you're getting a second drone. If you're buying a second drone, absolutely. I would say drone kitchen, get as much intel as you can, then immediately drone towards green. But you need to make sure you have your drone for the essentials, pushing up towards, making sure there's no trips, making sure there's nobody there. Like in this situation, Monster is on the flank. I would spend time in the drone, first droning out this front area, making sure that you calm to your team that nobody's in there. If nobody's in there, they take space immediately. Then the drone immediately goes back and just drones every flank. So let's see if they take advantage of the drone in the situation.
Jolly sees his head! Jolly sees
monster!
Jolly! Oh my god, Jolly actually headshot him with the Marulio from the stairs, throws a nade! S-tier frag! And Farrah gets the pick! Jolly had a great angle and got a headshot, but it just didn't kill him, but it doesn't matter. Frag coming out from the green pot actually gets a little bit of chip damage onto Syrup. Good frag. Good.
Takes out the drone too.
Yep, they played that really well, taking out the flank. They needed to get that flank out of the way. Instant coming out from Syrup. Keeps them from coming through the door, and Syrup gets wall bangs onto Farrah. The foam is down on Syrup, on Farrah's part. They pop the wall really early. Oh, Trenton could have been picked off early there. Jolly gets a pick from the long angle onto Stanley. Instant coming out from Trenton. Man with the foot has the EMP. Marco gets a pick onto Trenton. Man with the foot is shooting. He's having trouble with the static, but he does get it. Marco's holding an angle on the man with the foot. Man with the foot put his gun down. He put his gun down and got punished for it. Marco, Jolly knows Marco's in the corner of the breach, of the door. Marco smartly gets away behind the B chassis. Jolly has the EMP now. He might try to go for the plant here. 2v2 coming out in this bottom floor. He fakes the EMP. No util is thrown though. There is no util, only stems for the defense. Sparks gets the refrag on the Marco. It's just a 1v1 and Jolly gets the win. What a... I mean, these rounds, every single one of these rounds are coming down to the wire. They're all coming, like, oh, they're close. They're not one team is just wiping out the other one, and just like you said, I was about to call you Sparks. Scorch, it is 2-2. We might see that 3-3 going into half. You know, we might see another 6-6 game. I mean, we'll see though.
We saw Monster DC again that round. I wonder if he's having any technical issues. He is back, which is great. But yes, this is exactly the kind of game I wanted to see. Not praying on anybody's downfall. I just would love to see a good game. And we do see Jolly Rancher King putting the team on his back again. Shout out to him. He is just a fragger. What an amazing showcase we are seeing from the player individually and the team in general. Awesome team play I see from everyone, getting refrags when needed, pushing up the area. I do, however, want to see a little bit more droning and a little bit more util, like in-sending areas or even using smokes. I use a lot of smokes when I'm playing. I plant the smoke to blind other players so I can move into position.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that. Them smokes are very, very vital. We have Monster and Stanley holding the red hall. Drone is coming in. The drone has to find the... Jolly Rancher gets a pick. Monster tried to swing and just got taken out by Jolly. Ensign comes out from Stanley. Doesn't get any chip damage. Who just killed... Oh, Marku killed Farrah off the flank. Farrah tried to go for that same flank from earlier. Drone is coming in. Did the drone see the trips? I don't know if the drone saw the trips or not.
He didn't ping it out.
I think he's pinging it now. I hope he saw those trips, because that, if the drone work, if they don't shoot out those trips, the drone work needs.
He has not pinged him yet.
Yeah, I mean we're gonna see. We're gonna see if he walks into him. We also have Jolly going off on the flank where Farrah died. They're actually not looking where Jolly is at all. They're not looking over here at all. Marku is actually looking over.
The trips. They do see the trips.
He baited the trips. Okay, Jolly's going on the head
peek.
He
baited the trips.
If Jolly goes on this head peek, he could catch Marku off. Marku's actually watching that way. I mean, it's really a toss-up right here. Depends. Jolly might just play it slow. He might just play. He's waiting for his team to get set. Trenton, Man with the Foot, and Quiz are taking over in Viz Room. We're gonna see foam going on the wall here soon. Stanley gets the pick off on Quiz from the flank. He came through red and got him with the gun disadvantage. He actually killed him with the RCP. Marku, yes, as I said, Jolly got on the hit pick and got a two-piece. Got Sparks and got Marku. Jolly is swinging. Went for the ego swing. Man with the Foot gets the refrag onto Syrup. Has the EMP. Puts the EMP down.
I got the POV on this. Holy crap.
That was great. Comes down to a 1v1 again. Stanley is in connector. I don't know if Man with the Foot saw him or not. We're gonna see. Man with the Foot goes back into Invis room. He's checking on the flank. Maybe he doesn't know where he is. Stanley is crouch walking up. Crouch walking behind the A-bomb. He has the gun disadvantage. He still has an RCP. He does have a stim. I don't think it's recharged. Although he might be trying to find a gun here soon. He's running out of time. No, he's got to make a play fast. Whatever he does, he's got to do it soon. He's reaching for the Marui. He grabs the Marui. He dropped his gun, so he did make noise right there. In the sound cue of dropping his gun, gave man with the foot the audio cue that he needed to go for that swing. Oh, that's good. That's good game sense from man. That's good game sense from man with the foot. He heard the audio cue of that gun dropping on the floor and knew exactly where he was when Stanley had no clue where man with the foot was. Wow.
Yeah, that was great game sense there as he heard him drop the gun. You wonder in that situation if you're trading guns, do you toss it in an area that you're not? Or do you slowly place it down, or you just keep it on your chest? Because remember, you can carry 2 guns, one on your chest, one in your hand.
Yeah, in that situation right there, I would have put it on my chest. That's usually what I do in those situations where I need to pick up another gun. When he dropped it on his feet, that's basically like making an audio cue of running. So now man with the foot knew exactly where he was. He didn't have to watch flank anymore. He knew where Stan was, but oh man. In that situation though, Stanley, throw that gun, that RCP away from you, or just put it on your chest. Either or would work. And it seems like both teams are in a full buy right now. We have a lot of util coming out from the attack. We have everyone's holding stuff. We're actually going for a crouch walk. It seems like we're going for a crouch walk over to A. Farah's gonna make noise, and Trenton. They might just, oh, when they go on rappel though, Marku's gonna hear the rappel. They actually have 3 people holding A. Marku's holding the flank hallway. They're gonna get the audio cue when they go on rappel though, so Marku's gonna tell them instantly that they're coming on to the A flank. Trenton and Farah are still going for the library take. They're actually running back over to A to get back with their team. I don't think it fooled Mysterious Lunchbox at all. I think they're ready for this flank. I think they're ready. Yep, Marku hears them and he's actually backing off. He's telling his team where they are. And Sparks gets a 2-piece through the window. Gets a 3-piece. Sparks on a clinic right now. Marku gets a pick on the Farah. What a... Oh, Sparks got a 3-piece on the same window. They just kept feeding him. Trenton's off on the laundry side, or library side. Apologies. And Syrup knows where he is. Oh man, that fell apart very fast. That fell apart very fast. I think Trenton, you can't save here. It's last round. Last round, you gotta at least try something. You go for the ace. You have nothing to lose here. Oh, he's going to the roof. I don't know what the plan is.
Is he saving?
There's no way he's saving on the last round. Maybe he's just trying to get a bait. Oh, he accidentally swung in. He accidentally swung in. Is he gonna get a pick off of this? No, they all triple swing him. A triple swing coming out. Trenton gets a pick, but Mr. Stanley gets the refrag.
He prevents the flawless.
Trenton. Hey, 3-3. We got your game going.
Yeah, that's exactly the game I wanted to go for. However, this map has been seen as a more defensive-sided map, so if this goes to a 6-6, it's just possible these 2 teams are like juggernauts on attack.
Yeah, before I forget, I'm gonna change the names for the
Oh yes, correct.
The switch. So Mysterious Lunch is on the attack now, and Stormwatch is on the oh my god, dude, why can't this keyboard sucks. Stormwatch is on the defense now.
I'm gonna change the name to Mysterious Cheerios.
Hey, yeah. Hey, that's a rebrand. Hey, what's his name? Mr. Stanley.
Mysterious Cheerios.
Yeah, Mysterious Cheerios. Get it patented while you can. You know, you got a good rebrand going.
As we now get into round number 7 here, it's a 3-3 match that I wanted to see here. We do see Mysterious Lunchbox go with the same push that Stormwatch have. Will we see the domination that Stormwatch did? They do seem to be checking flank first. Hopefully this drone does not drone all the way upstairs. It does look like it might be retreating. It does end up retreating, but I don't think it does get the information that it needs. As Quizwiz throws the nade, will that be an F-tier frag? No, Syrup doesn't get any damage as Farah peeks out, gets the pick on Spark. With Trenton getting a lot of damage onto himself, Syrup gets the refrag on Quizwiz. Jolly King with another kill with a Jesper, and what the? Farah gets 2 picks. Jolly Rancher with another Jesper kill. Someone needs to take the Jesper off of Jolly Rancher, because holy moly.
Oh my lord.
We got 2 picks from Farah, 2 picks from Jolly Rancher. And I can't remember who got the last pick, but holy crap.
Wow, that just everything just happened so fast. I think everyone, like 6 people died within a 5-second span. That was just I don't really know what happened, but
Commentator's dream there.
yeah, that was something. That was definitely something. Wow. Jeez.
That was it was great defensive standing as they are starting to become more aggressive for Stormwatch. We see that Stormwatch kind of played a passive defense against Mysterious Lunchbox on Hideout, and it ended up costing them. Maybe they have kind of realized that and switched up to a more aggressive approach, because the one time they did play aggressive on defense on Hideout, they did get the win. However, that was the round that we said that maybe they could have played a little bit more aggressive by staying in Garage. But let's see if they do this again, as we see Man with a Foot peeking out, seeing if he can get a pick already, as nobody has blown it out. Now he gets some damage done to himself onto 43 health. Frag goes out, takes no damage. We see 100s across the board for Mysterious Lunchbox, and Man with a Foot is the only one taking damage. He's down to less than half. We see QuizWiz on the flank. Will Monster push up and see him from the flank after he's done droning? As Sparks and Mr. Stanley are pushing up, Marku gets the pick on Jolly Rancher from Red. As Mr. Stanley foams the wall, pushes it towards, blows it. I don't know if that was on purpose or on accident, but he blows it. Syrup foams, blows immediately. Farah and Man with a Foot push up. Trenton gets a pick of his own along with Farah, taking out Marku. QuizWiz is on the flank, but I don't think Mr. Stanley knows that. Will he get the pick on Mr. Stanley? Yes, he does. Mr. QuizWiz takes out Mr. Stanley. Syrup takes out Trenton. He's now down left to a 2v3. However, Man with a Foot and Farah equal 50 HP against 2 100s with Monster and Syrup. But will it not matter? Will they play advantage as Syrup gets the... It will Man with a Foot peek out just in time. Will Syrup finally realize that someone is behind him? Does he get that? No, Syrup does end up pushing, but he does... This is scaring me right now. He needs to make any sort of audio cue before he pushes out. He sees him pushing out. The timing on that! None of them see each other. Holy crap! And Man with a Foot pushes back. Syrup now pushes up. Does he see Farah? He does. However, Farah does take a little bit does do a little bit of damage to Syrup. Farah still on 7 HP. Syrup gets a pick on Man with a Foot. Ends up killing him after all. Takes a lot of damage. 15 health Syrup versus 7 health Farah. And 100 health QuizWiz versus 100 health Monster. Monster goes for the plant. Syrup pushes up. Will he get Farah on the connector before him? QuizWiz pushes up and kills him. QuizWiz gets 1 pick. Farah gets 1 pick on QuizWiz. Syrup gets a pick on Farah. Excuse me. He's now down to let's do it. 1v1. Syrup and QuizWiz know where each other are. Syrup has the better weapon, but does not have the health. QuizWiz has the health, but the worst weapon. It does not matter. QuizWiz gets the headshot on Syrup and clutches it up, going for the defuse. It is now 5-3. Stormwatch. Holy crap, what a round, as we saw basically COD timing with Man with a Foot and Syrup. What did you think of that, Juke?
Man, I was just waiting for one of them to peek. It was like something out of like Scooby-Doo or something. Man with the Foot was about to peek it and then turned around, but at the exact same time. Who was it? Sparks? Was it Sparks on the other side? Who was it?
No, it was Syrup. It was Syrup and Man with a Foot.
Yeah, Syrup, like, he turned around at the perfect time. Oh, that could not have been scripted any better. That was so funny. That was really funny, but to them, they have no idea, because neither of them are giving audio cues. But obviously, we can see people through the wall. I mean, we got a camera just flying around, so we see that. But it's funny to see that the situations that they could get in, that they'll have no idea until they rewatch this, because Syrup will be like, oh man, he was right there. I could have swung him and killed him. It was just, that was really funny.
Man with the Foot would have done the same, because Syrup was watching Red.
Yeah, that was great. Oh.
It was like you said, Scooby-Doo. Like that was amazing. It was so funny, and we ended up seeing a 1v1 situation with Syrup. Ended up getting the pick on Man with a Foot anyways. I wonder if Syrup swung that earlier, if he would have taken less damage against man with a foot. Anyways, that is old news as we are now getting into round number 9. Monster is droning. It seems like he will be droning out Kitchen first. He does seem to be using most of his drone towards Kitchen. It seems like both teams are making the same potentially fatal error. Will we see another trip mine kill? I do not know where the trip mines are in this situation. Syrup and Mr. Stanley push up, make noise from the proxy. Drone pushes up to drone out green. However, it is already technically too late as the team is already in. Gym wall is foamed. Drone gets taken out. Door blocker gets taken out. All 5 players remain for both teams. Trenton is the only one that has taken damage. Minute and 30 left on the clock. Mr. Stanley pushes up, plants. Trenton sees that. Trenton gets the immediate headshot. Jolly Rancher King gets the headshot on Marku as Marku tries to get the refrag. Jolly Rancher says no to Marku and Syrup as Sparks goes the wall and gets both of them. It is now down to let's do a 2v3. Will Monster and Sparks clutch it up, making it 5-4, or will Farah, Man with a Foot, and Quizwiz make it a 6-3 lead? Monster is pushing up, does end up trying to plant. Farah pushes up to see if he can get the kill. It is slightly too late as Farah pushes up, sees Sparks, gets the kill on Sparks because the gun is unfortunately better there. Man with a Foot is defusing as Farah is trying to go for the pick here. Farah gets the pick Monster gets the pick on Farah, but Man with a Foot swings Monster. I wonder if he just stuck the defuse, if it wouldn't have mattered. However, it does seem like he did want to go for the pick there, which is smart in that situation. You know exactly where he is. He's still looking at your other teammate. It is practically a free kill unless he got some sort of random flick. And what a beautiful defense played on Sparks, almost slicing right through that defense with the beautiful 2K coming in from the wall there, Juice.
Yeah, he popped that wall at a perfect time. They had their backs turned. They had no idea. Sparks popped that wall and got a 2-piece. And like you said earlier, Man with a Foot, even if he didn't try to go for the swing, he would have been able to get the EMP diffused. I mean, he was too far away. So, I mean, he had that. But he got him and he got the kill, you know? I mean, kudos to him. You know, get the clip, get the TikTok clip. You know what I'm saying? That's beautiful. And I mean, that was good. That was good play on the defense.
Yeah, I was going for, I think maybe he was going for style points there, other than getting the defuse. Anyways, it does not matter because the round is over. I wonder if it was a higher lobby situation. Again, not giving any discredit for these guys because they are still learning, but I wonder if it would have gone out differently if he just didn't stick the plant. Maybe he would have swung and died immediately, left in a 1v1 situation instead. But however, he did get the pick. We are now into round number 10, 6-3. In favor of Stormwatch. We do see an off-meta push. Usually these work for Mysterious Lunchbox. Will it continue as Drone did drone out red? Did not see Quizwiz as he is deep in red. Drone is droning out. I think this is Laboratory. Does see Trenton. Trenton does see that he gets thrown down and pushes back in. Their door blocker does stop them. However, Syrup and Marku are now pushing up. Will they see if they can get the door blocker together? Jolly Rancher King is getting ready for that play. Do they see Monster? I don't think they're droning out from the backside. I wonder if that's a mistake from Monster. The smoke goes out. Trenton does take a slight bit damage from the grenade. There is a instant donut frag. S-tier frag from Farah to take out Syrup as he was trying to get the plant down. He does get the plant down. Marku does end up trying to take over for that plant. Marku gets the... He gets the one-handed kill through the wall as he's planting. Holy crap! Quizwiz pushes up, gets Mr. Stanley. Monster gets Farah. We are left in a 1v1 situation. Or, excuse me, 2v1 situation. S-tier frag. Man with a Foot gets the pick. He is however he pushes up, and Man with a Foot gets the second pick with Ace P be damned. Match over as he gets the pick with the Marui. Holy crap, that headshot capability is insane. I wonder if they played that as a team, if Man with a Foot would have died as they swung it together.
Oh man, and like you said, Marku with the one hand while he was planting, got a wallbang through the box, headshot and killed. That was crazy. Oh my lord, that was great. And like I'm saying, all these rounds are coming down to 1v1s. It's not like they're just running over the other team. That means that this is just great performance from both teams, honestly. I mean, even though the score was 7-3 right there, I mean, it was a lot closer. It was a lot closer than that. And Johnny
It was a
Ranch,
lot closer. I really hope we see a third map here.
yeah, this is going back and forth. You gotta get a third, right? Yeah.
We have to get a third here.
Please.
Holy moly.
Please get a third going. Wow.
It does. Will they be voting? Are they voting?
They haven't voted yet, but no one's left yet, so I'm hoping.
No one has left, which is a great sign. I would
Ooh.
love to see a third map
What
here.
map-
I wonder if
what
they're
map
just
do you
saying
wanna see?
GG's.
What map do you want to see?
Honestly, we saw Hideout and Arctic. I want to see a new map. I want to see Mall. I want to see these teams practice Mall.
Mall would be nice. I don't really. It would be weird to see it from a spectator view because I don't really know the room callouts for Mall. But I mean, it's a new map. I mean, I personally like it. I think it's a good map. We actually won our first VRML match on Mall. It was against, who do we play? A3, and we actually beat them on Mall. And it was a really close game, but we actually came together and we won. Are they?
Do we see 2 sub outs?
Yeah,
It's a 4v4. Teams have still not voted. I don't know if there's going to be a third map. I'm really hoping there is. I'm really hoping people have time for it because it is 1-1.
Yes,
Game's not over yet.
Oh, they're voting and then stopping. Stop. Just vote for a map. Yeah.
I wonder if is it set in stone? Will we see a 4v4 here?
I don't know.
Ooh.
Right.
Does seem like one person is voting. They are talking. I'm really hoping. It looks like it's Sparks that's voting. No, it's possible it's Mr. Stan. I don't know who's voting. No, it's Marku.
They keep stopping it. I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, it's Marku that's voting. They are still in here, which makes me think that there is going to be a third map. Maybe they're just waiting for more players to sub in and out. Let me see if I can text Mr. Stanley. See if there is going to be a third map.
Yeah, let's try to figure this out. Wow, I mean, for a first cast, this could not have gone any better. I mean, get to watch 3 maps. Every map has been 7-6 or like 7-3. I mean, they're all close. They've all been close. It's just these are 2 teams that are trying to battle it out and very close in skill. I mean, they're all keeping it close. It's really fun to see.
So, Juice, this just in. I just heard word from Mr. Stanley. We are getting a third map here.
Yes.
We will be playing 3 maps, which is insane. What map do you want to see? We have 6 seconds.
I kind of want to see Skyscraper. Because, I mean...
Ooh, Sky's not a bad map. I was actually going to pick that next.
Skyscraper!
It is Skyscraper!
I called it. Awesome. Alright. Well, let's see if they... Yeah, they're not starting it, so it seems like it is going to be a 5v5 once they get their players in.
Would you like to... do you still want to stick with the same? You do first 6, I do second 6? You want to switch it up?
We'll switch it up. You got it.
All right. You can switch it up. You'll be hearing my beautiful voice for the first 6 rounds of this matchup. I'm really hoping that this is going to 7-4 was a great matchup and we saw a lot of gameplay, but like overtime, man.
The overtime was great.
Overtime was absolutely amazing. We got to see every team every player on both teams price out. We do see Orange Juice. Is this your younger brother here?
This is my younger brother. Where is he? Where is he? What? Oh, there he is. Yeah.
We do see Orange Juice take in, but yeah, as I was saying, for overtime, we saw we saw all 13 rounds of every player, their full potential. We got to see everybody kind of play in and do their best and play their hearts out. We got to see different strategies, different tryouts, different areas of different locations. I see that people are trying to experiment. It seems like Mysterious Lunchbox was experimenting more on, going for the flank and doing off-meta pushes, which seem to be working well for them.
Yeah, and
on Arctic, they did. Sorry, go ahead.
We also see Preem Buzz coming in for Stormwatch. I know I've heard that name before for the sub. Whoever this is, Preem Buzz. I know I've seen that name before. All right.
I unfortunately have never heard of him, but that does not mean that he's not a good player.
He's dissing you. He's dissing you, Buzz. If you hear this, you
No,
gotta
I'm not
message
dissing
him.
you, Preem
Tell
Buzz.
him he
I'm
sucks.
sure you're probably gonna outfrag Jolly Rancher King. We need to see a new king on Stormwatch. Jolly Rancher has had 19 and I believe 16 kills on back-to-back maps.
Yeah, he's.
He is just going crazy with that Jesper. We do see it again.
You're right. We do see it again.
However, buying that Jesper, I really wish that he would buy more util for the team.
That's what I was thinking.
Round one is not like is not like a large round to be. You can go all out on round one, and it won't really matter for round two. You keep you winning these rounds is by buying more util in this situation. QuizWiz, Jolly Rancher, and Man with a Foot have not bought util.
Oh wow, you're correct. Yeah.
However, we do see a little bit more util bought here, as just Marku and Orange Juice have not bought util. I thought you taught your younger brother better, but I guess not. Let's get into round number one here, as Stormwatch versus Mysterious Lunchbox. I do have the teams correct. Mysterious Lunchbox is on attack. Stormwatch is on defense. Will we see Skyscraper is a more defensive-sided map, but we have seen a plethora of amazing offenses from both teams. Will we see it again here as Drone goes out? Drone's out the hallway into broadcast, aka B site. Man with a Foot gets the pick on Orange Juice. That is an immediate welcoming party, as Orange Juice automatically dies when swinging. Marku and Mr. Stanley now pushing up towards server, as Man with a Foot did give server up very easily. Seemed like he was on 1 HP though, as Syrup gets the pick on Man with a Foot with just the inch that he needed. He's on 1 HP. Insane goes down. Syrup seems to get the free plant, as Marku is inside, getting 2 picks on both Preem Buzz, QuizWiz, and Farah. Sparks gets the final pick on Jolly Rancher King. Will we see a new throne here, or will we see a new king on the throne here, Juice? As we are now 1 round in, and we have seen Jolly Rancher King not get as much damage as he has the first round on the other maps.
Wow. Marku kind of just went on a tear. I don't know if you saw that, but they were so distracted by the EMP going down that he was able to just swing freely, straight, right next to the planter actually, and just he got 3 picks just back to back to back. I mean, that was great. Almost had a 4K right there. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was super close. I almost thought he was gonna ace. I wasn't looking at the scoreboard, so I did not know. But he got 3 back-to-back picks, and I don't think he took any damage. Oh, hang on. What's for difficulties? My headset have died. Give me 1 second.
Okay, you're good. I got this.
No. I'm good. I'm just more just listening to the.
Round number 2 here. Stormwatch versus Mysterious Lunchbox.
Okay?
Mysterious Lunchbox did round 1. Mr. Stanley pushes up. It seems to be a little bit of an off-meta push. We see Mr. Stanley and Orange Juice both take care of the bathroom site here. Push up, sees Syrup. Does not take any drone. Excuse me. Does not take the drone. Drone ends up finding Man with a Foot, as Marku seemed to be finding him first. Man with a Foot took a little bit of damage to Marku, but Marku did not take any damage, or Marku did not do any damage back. Excuse me. Preem Buzz now left with 52 HP here. Marku at 78. And it seems the health is more favorable in Mysterious Lunchbox's side, as we see a complete off-meta push, as they're not even blowing the hatch, they're blowing the wall. Mr. Stanley foams the wall. Will he blow it in time and immediately push in? Preem Buzz with an S-tier frag on Marku. Mr. Stanley with a refrag for Man with a Foot. Fortunately, does not get Preem Buzz. Will Mr. Stanley see Jolly Rancher King here before Jolly Rancher King sees him? Yes, he does. He gets the pick on Jolly Rancher King with the help that he had. Insane goes off, takes a weird bounce, ends up going off anyway. Free Plant, QuizWiz, and Farah both going to pick up their own on flank. Farah sees Syrup. Syrup gets the pick on Farah. QuizWiz on flank. Preem Buzz on site, pushing towards connector. Will Syrup see him? Does look like Syrup is outside here. He's not in sight, which is great here for Syrup. Syrup does push up. Does he see his gun handle? He does not. He's still sitting there. He does hear him, however. I believe he hears him. Pushing up towards Green Bud. Does the one pick. Syrup gets the refrag. Awesome team play here. Now led to a 1v1 situation with Syrup on the minimal health. And Syrup clutches with killing QuizWiz on 100 HP. Takes a 4-0 lead.
Wow.
Excuse me, 4-0 in KD, as we do see a 2-0 lead from Mysterious Lunchbox here. Juice, what are your thoughts on that round?
Once again, and also, but before I start, Preem Buzz had a crazy frag. That frag he threw went off the door frame and then hit the side of the couch perfectly and landed right on the feet of the attacker. That was great. I mean, that was a beautiful frag by him. And also, another thing, as I keep saying, these rounds are coming to 1v1s every single time. Like, if you watch this back, a lot of these rounds, even though it is 2-0, I mean, these rounds are close. Stormwatch is keeping it close. They gotta get some kills here, though. They gotta get a round or two, especially on defense. You can't give up too many rounds on defense, because it is a defensive-sided map, so just cannot let them get these attacks.
Yeah, you cannot. Yeah, going down 2-0, especially on Skyscraper, is detrimental, but that doesn't always happen. Sometimes I see Skyscraper go, like, I have been in a match. Granted, it was a comp match, and I was, like, silver. This is when I was first starting out. I have seen a match where Skyscraper was 6-0, 6-0 on the attack side. Man with a Foot does automatically take damage onto, it looks like, Lounge, as he did push back and let his other two teammates push it down. QuizWiz has a Vezin in hand. Farah with an Omen. We see kind of a half buy here from Mysterious Lunchbox. Drone gets taken out. Farah gets the pick on Marku. That is huge, as Farah gets 2 picks with an Omen to take out 2 Vezins. That is huge for Stormwatch's defense here. As Sparks finally gets the refrag on Farah. It seems like the Omen did enough damage to Farah to get him out. Will Orange Juice see QuizWiz? No, he will not. As QuizWiz takes out Orange Juice. Oh. And what just happened? Preem Buzz and QuizWiz both get the 2 last picks. And taking out, it seems like they're celebrating a little bit, getting guns that they need to get. What was your thoughts there? That was a lot to take.
Once again, I mean, we've said this again and again, the drone work, I mean, Preem Buzz was playing really back on that flank, but even though you don't see someone on the flank, you should still have someone watching your back, because in situations like that, Preem Buzz was like across the map when the drone came through, but as the round progresses, people just don't check behind them, and he was able to crouch walk all the way up and just got a free kill from behind to win that round for them.
And I want to point out something. I think I have seen more than one person drone for both sides. I don't know about you, Juice, but for us, we usually have 2 designated droners at all times. That way we don't mix any confusion, because some people don't. Some people are more capable of fragging than they are droning, and some people are willing to sit back and drone for that. So I don't know about you and for your team, but maybe I want to see a more repetitive side of the drone, because it does seem like it is the difference here in this map. As we've seen S-tier drones and we've seen F-tier drones. So let's see how this goes out as we do get into round number 4. They are going to be pushing towards bathroom. I do not know where they are droning. Sparks is droning, seems to be downwards towards bathroom from roof. He does see Farah. Farah gets the takeout on drone, gets Orange Juice to 3 HP. As Farah gets down to 4 HP of his own, Syrup takes a lot of damage. Farah gets the pick on Mr. Stanley from the window. Farah now just on 4 HP, trying to hold down bathroom, pushes back. QuizWiz stims him, and Farah just goes right back in. He says, you know what? I got some help. I'm going to push back in, and I'm going to get this pick. He now pushes up. Farah and Orange Juice have gotten the help they need. Farah, he does see Orange Juice, and Orange Juice gets the pick on Farah. What a beautiful pick by your little brother. Pushing off to bathroom. Marku gets the pick on QuizWiz from sight, actually. Was that a wallbang?
I think he shot him through the window. Yeah, he went to the B window.
Oh, he did shoot him through the window. Yes, he did. As Orange Juice gets the pick Another pick with man on man with a foot. Your little brother is going ham this round as Syrup does get the EMP off. It is now down to a 4v2 in favor of Mysterious Lunchbox. We saw a 4-0. Will we see a 4-0 on the opposite ends? Orange Juice gets another pick on the Jolly Rancher. Preem Buzz takes out Marku. Will he take out Orange Juice, or will Orange Juice be the death of Stormwatch on this round? Let's find out. Orange Juice pushes up. He sees him, and he is, as Preem Buzz is taken out by Orange Juice. Your little brother just popped off, Juice. What do you have to say about that?
Let's go, little bro. That's what I'm talking about. Show out for the Juice family. That's what I like to see. Great plays from Orange Juice. Also, great play from Marku. I feel like Marku really set that push up from getting that pick on the window, because once he got that pick, I feel like the whole site just got flustered. Everyone was running around. They were able to get the wall open, get the EMP down. Syrup got in there, got it down, and they just took site over from there.
Yeah, that was they played executioner style there. I love the execution from that team, and they just got pick after pick, and they were winning their ones. If not ones, they were getting refrags. Like I loved the play from Mysterious Lunchbox, waiting patiently, waiting out Farah until Farah peaked too hard. In that situation, Farah did not have to peek there. He could have just stayed holding bathroom until he heard people push in. Maybe next time have a proxy on the window so he doesn't have to focus on the window and he can focus on the front door, or have a door blocker, or anyways, or whatever. Anyways, util is the make or break moment for some people getting picked, some people winning the round. As we now get into round number 5 here, they are going for a basic lounge push. However, Orange Juice and Mr. Stanley are pushing now again past the drone to radio. They do not see that Preem Buzz is over in broadcast room, waiting to see if he can get the flank. Oh, that's a nice little clone that you have there. It was quick and simple. It seems like that Farah might get baited out by it, and he does. He does get baited out by it. I don't know if he gets baited out by it or if he gets baited out by the fact that he was just getting the drone. Orange Juice now pushes up. Does Farah hear the fact that the drone went off? Frag coming in from Farah. Orange Juice with an S tier Incend himself. Oh, excuse me, that was an S tier frag. They both traded frags, except Incend got in, and Syrup gets 2 picks of his own. Pushing up, Orange Juice TK's Marku. Jolly Rancher King finally takes out the King on Mysterious Lunchbox. Orange Juice. Syrup now pushes up with Mr. Stanley, is now left into a 3v1 situation here with Preem Buzz on the flank, never even pushed up. Will they use? Oh, Preem Buzz does use the util here. Unfortunately, it was a bad bounce. Mr. Stanley gets the pick on Preem Buzz, as it is now 4-1 on the attack of Mysterious Lunchbox. Juice, what are your thoughts?
When Preem on that flank, I was watching him the whole time. Someone ran right past him, and Preem just didn't peek. When you're that far, he was all the way in the broadcast room, sitting on the default plant, and someone ran right past him to go into the hallway. I feel like that's when you gotta start walking. He took too long on that flank, and by the time he even got to Radio Hall, it was a 1v3. He could have easily had a pick off whoever was in the hall if he would have just moved a little bit faster. But I mean, granted, last time it did work for them. That time it just didn't.
Yeah, it's unfortunate the situation that did unfold. I do agree with you. I do feel like that he needs to be a little quicker on that push. Yes, he did dodge the drone, but for what purpose? It didn't seem to have done anything, as he did not push up in time, and they already knew where he was as he was starting his flank. We now get into round number 6. This is the switch side here. Switch side round. QuizWiz is now on flank. He's playing a little closer. Will he push that up? He might get this. Drone does go up from Sparks, droning up to the second floor, seeing if there's anybody close. However, QuizWiz is not in that area, so he will not see him. QuizWiz can push up here and get 3 picks. I don't think he knows it. You know, he's waiting patiently. That's sometimes that's okay, but we need to get in now. Orange Juice with a wall bang from Man with a Foot. Quizwiz finally decides to push up. Farrah gets the pick on Mr. Stanley. Quizwiz pushes up, gets droned out. Wow, that was just great timing by Sparks to hold that drone towards that backside. Preem Buzz with the pick on Marku. We now see wall blown from A. This is a complete off-meta take. As Orange Juice is now pushing up. Does he see Preem Buzz? No, Preem Buzz sees Orange Juice first. As he is now down left to a 4v2 situation on the defense. As Quizwiz is now on the flank on the opposite side here. Will Sparks see that? He does seem to be checking his corners. Will he check him in time? Hopefully Quizwiz can do something here. Sparks pushes up, gets a lot of damage from Farrah. Preem Buzz kills Syrup on the wall bang, and then Jolly Rancher cleans up to get the kill on Sparks, making it 4-2. What do you do here if you're Stormwatch? You're down 4-2 in this situation, and you're on attack now.
Yeah, you gave too many rounds up. Stormwatch did. When you're on defense, you're starting defense, you want to at least get 4 or 5 rounds. They only got 2. It's going to be really hard to pull this back on attack. But as we've seen from previous rounds, they have been attacking well, especially on hideout. It's a matter of just who shows up and who doesn't. I mean, we'll see here. It seems like we're having maybe a lounge push here. We have one person on the flank. Who is this? Marku's on the flank playing outside the lobby. It seems like we're just doing a regular radio push. I don't know. Let's see if Stormwatch can bring this back. And yeah, it seems like we're just going for a radio push. We have four repels on the window. There is a static on the window. They gotta try to get that static before they jump in, or else Sparks is gonna get an easy swing on them. Marku is coming on the flank from lounge. Sparks and Syrup are holding down radio. This is a very good hold by them. I don't know where the drone is. The drone has not droned out radio yet. Sparks and Syrup are still holding it down. 3 people on rappel just waiting for the drone to give them intel. The intel is just not there. There's actually 2 people crouching into the hallway, and the drone work fails again. Marku gets 2 picks because the drones do not find the roamer. EMPs is down in the hallway. 2 great picks by Marku right there off the flank. Prime and Quiz are still on radio window, just waiting for any sort of movement. It doesn't seem like Sparks or Syrup are gonna budge. They already have the man advantage. There's no reason to peek. 3v5 coming in for Stormwatch. Jolly's gonna try to get EMP. He's gonna check around for Marku. He doesn't know where he is. Marku is playing in the hallway. We might see an encounter here. Jumping into the radio is Supreme, and then Sparks takes him out, but Jolly gets a kill onto Marku, and Sparks gets the refrag on the Jolly. Quiz jumps in. They weren't expecting Quiz to jump in through radio. Quiz got a pick on the Sparks, but Syrup got the quick refrag. They held that down very well, and as we've seen time and time again, the drone work has to be better from these attackers. I feel like, especially in Skyscraper, this map is so roam heavy. If you don't check every nook and cranny of a room, there's going to be someone in there hiding, and they're going to come onto the flank, and they're going to kill your team, as Marku showed right there, getting 2 picks, and not only getting 2 picks, but he also got the EMP down in the hallway, which he knew they were going to have to push. It's just, we need to see better drone work here.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I'm really hoping that they can watch back this cast and realize that their mistakes have unfortunately costed them. And just I would say give advice to both of these teams to drone a lot more, drone quickly, and even though you drone it out, doesn't mean that somebody's not going to fill that space later. If it's going to be a common spot, always have a flank launcher, and you need to utilize util a lot more efficiently.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with you. I really couldn't agree more with you. We have an off-meta A push. It seems like it's going to be quick. They did not see the trip mines, but the trip did not do like any damage. It only did 4 damage to Farrah. Farrah has the EMP. Static is on the wall, so they're going to have to get that static. F-tier frag from Syrup right there. Didn't even go outside the breach. Syrup does get the pick though. Off on man with the foot. That's a huge pick right there. They have not shot open the static. Farrah gets the static off the wall. Mr. Stanley's lining up a nade. Is he gonna toss this? He tosses the nade. Ensign rather. Marco gets a pick off from the hallways. 3 health. But Farrah gets the refrag. Farrah still has the EMP in his hands. It is now a 4v3. Syrup, Jolly Rancher gets a pick off on the orange juice in the back of A. Syrup is close right on the breach and gets taken out by Jolly Rancher. Farrah comes in with the EMP. He's not planning yet. He puts the EMP down. Mr. Stanley's crowd walking by the podium, gets taken out by Jolly Rancher. 1 on the flank. Sparks in a 1v3. Gets a pick, gets 2 picks in a 1v1 match. 1v1 with equal amount of health. Sparks goes for the quick peek, doesn't see Jolly off the first peek, gets, oh, and Sparks, that was so close coming from Sparks, is Jolly Rancher, the Sigma Alpha male, gets a little celebrating going. Wow, what a good job by Jolly from holding that down though right there.
Were they even health? Were they evenly matched?
Yeah, they were about 40-50-ish around Jolly. Jolly was a little bit lower, but
I think Jolly was on 38, but I think he also got
really?
shot. So I think, I do think, yeah, around that 40 to 50 range. But that was such a, it was a great attempt by Sparks there, as we did not see a flank watch in that situation, and that costed them almost costed Stormwatch the round, because Sparks was able to push up and get the pick, get not only 1 pick but 2 picks while both of their heads were turned. Now, what do you think that Stormwatch needs to do? Do they need to continue their domination in terms of getting picks, or do they need to start using Yuto more? Like, what do you think they need to do to win this game?
I think the #1 thing is you gotta have better drone work. I mean, I sound like a broken record, but I mean, it feels like it's every single round Marku's getting a pick off on flank because the drones just aren't finding them. And then even when they don't find them, you need to have someone. Oh, F-tier frag, it's gonna go outside the map. Doesn't get any damage, and Jolly gets a pick from Courtyard on the Sparks. Bathroom is free. Marku once again gets a pick off on the flank from Courtyard, pops the window. We have a bathroom push right here. EMP is in bathroom. Farrah has the EMP. Foam is not on the wall. Foam is on the wall. Wall is foamed. Jolly is going into the hallway. He's gonna get a pick off on the Syrup if he pops this wall. Syrup has no idea the wall next to him is foamed. Marku is going on the flank. He might have heard Jolly walk outside. Farrah walks into the B-bomb. Gets the EMP down. Marku is coming onto the flank. Someone has to keep an eye on Marku. They cannot let Marku get this flank off. Preem Buzz is low on health, playing outside. Marku gets a pick off on flank. Marku and Preem. Farrah gets damaged. Marku goes on the flank. He gets another pick. Preem Buzz in a 1v2. Low health. You gotta just play back until they touch EMP. He's hiding by the sinks. Orange Juice is about the same health as him. Orange Juice doesn't know where he's at. You have to know he's in the bathroom. And then Mr. Stanley off on the flank. He comes through the broken wall and gets the pick. And my little brother defuses the bomb. Wow. Wow. I mean,
oh, Juice, it hurts.
I can't, I say it every round, Scorch. You gotta have.
They didn't even drone that round. I saw no drone.
Either drone, you gotta drone, especially on Skyscraper. This map is so ratty. And time again, Marku's going on the flanks, uncontested. Every single time he's getting picks, just like that. I feel like that was a round Stormwatch 100% should have won. They had numbers, they had EMP down, they did not watch flank. Jolly was in Courtyard watching the window through B-site, but he wasn't keeping an eye on the door, the double door going to bathroom, and Marku was able to pick him off and then able to pick off Farrah. Oh man, it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking to watch.
And also in that 1v2 situation, when you're that low on health and you're the one that's in the one situation, you got to keep your gun up. And regardless of where you're looking, he was just looking down, looking at his gun. I don't know if you've seen his health or whatever, but his gun was down as Mr. Stanley was pushing, and then he pushed up and didn't even check the flank.
Yeah, that's Yeah, you gotta keep the gun up, especially in these competitive games. You're playing against good players. Let's see if the drone actually drones out. Did the drone miss Sparks? I think the drone might have missed him. No, it didn't. Preembuzz gets the pick off on Sparks in red. What a great pick. Seems like we're doing a bit of a split push, maybe? No, seems like everyone's coming over to electrical now. The drone is doing good drone work right now, checking out all the halls, making sure there's no trips. There is a door blocker on the electrical door. There's only 3 people in sight. Marku is once again on the flank like he's been every single round. Let's see if they keep an eye on the flank this time. Syrup's going for an instant lineup. Gets it on the default plant, but there's no one there. Door blocker is popped. Ferris trying to get some wallbang damage. Doesn't get any hits. Jolly Rancher gets a pick off on the Syrup. He peeked the vent. Preem gets a pick on the Stanley. Default plant coming up from Quiz. Marco is coming to the flank. Man with a foot is wisely watching the flank. That's what I like to see. 2v4 and Jolly Rancher gets a pick on the orange juice. Marco's left in a 1v4, and that is how you play that objective. That is what you do. Good teamwork right there. Good flank watch from Man with the foot. That's what you're supposed to do in that situation. That's what you're supposed to do.
They played that perfectly. I loved the team chemistry coming from there. It seems like that they finally heard our cries, and it did seem like that there was good drone work there. I couldn't tell if he saw Sparks or if as they were swinging in, he shot it and just ended up seeing Sparks. But you just got to make sure to check every corner. If you did, awesome, great. That was awesome drone work. We have seen in that area a little bit of better drone work, and Man with a Foot realized that he didn't drone out everything, and he droned it out earlier on in the round. So there could be somebody there. So he sat there and watched the flank watch. That's exactly how you're supposed to do it. Doesn't matter if you get a pick. Most people in this situation try to go for kills. They're like, oh, I want to boost my KD. I want to do this. If you're playing a team game, it does not matter if you get the pick. It does not matter if anybody pushes you. The fact that you're there gives your other teammates confidence to push up and get picks, not having to worry about their backs.
Yeah, as a support player myself, I mean, I don't always top frag. I mean, that's not my job too, but just playing for the team, that's the thing. It's a competitive team game. You gotta play with your team. It's a 5v5, not a 1v5. You gotta work together. It seems like we have 2 people holding lounge here. We have Stanley watching the common peek behind the couch. This is a very common spot, but it's actually a really good peek for left-handed players like Stanley. He's able to get a good lean onto it without having to like break his shoulder. It seems like we have 3 people going into the hallway. Let's hope that Syrup knows they're there. He's looking there. He's got an omen. Farrah pops the door blocker. There's trips. Goes on the door. Farrah gets a pick. Gets a second. Does not get the third. Refragged by Stanley. 2 people jump into the lounge windows. Gets refragged from Jolly. It is now a 4v2. Marku's playing in the hall. Marku gets a pick from on the Preem. Man with the Foot is 25 health. Needs a stem here. No stem on the attacker side. 2v2 coming out. Marku gets another pick on the Man with the Foot. Jolly swinging Sparks. Gets a pick on the Sparks. Marku is taken out by Jolly. Great 2K right there from Jolly. Oh man, he just took sight. He just walked in and killed him. Wow.
That was beautiful. Unfortunately, I did not see most of it because my game froze and I had to restart. So my spectator client, I couldn't see a lot of what was happening. But based off of the screen that you are presenting to me, that was such a beautiful round by Stormwatch. Drone work again, getting slightly better. Could be checking the flanks a little bit harder, but great all-around attack. They seem to have fixed whatever they were doing before and starting to attack a lot more.
And that's the thing about these scrims. These games don't count. I mean, you can work on things. This is what this is for. This is practice. This is for them to watch this over and see what they need to get better at and what we're telling them they can work on. Because I mean, it's like I say, it's a team game. We're all working together here. You gotta know what everyone's doing at all times. You can't just be focused on yourself. You gotta be focused on what your droner's doing. You gotta be focused on what the planner's doing. You gotta be focused on who's watching flank, who's being entry frag. You gotta know where your whole team is at all times. And it seems like we are going for a lounge take. The drone is droning out lounge right now. He does not see anyone upstairs just yet. The drone will be dying here soon. We have 4 people in lounge. We actually have Marku playing outside the B hallway, outside management. 4 people on the hatch. When will the foam go down? Jolly has foam. 5, the whole team is in lounge right now. Jolly pops the hatch. Ensign coming out. Oh, I think Sparks messed up his Ensign and threw it at himself. And Farrah goes down to the window and gets a pick off onto Marku. That's a huge pick. All the space right here that they just opened up to their team. Sparks has to try to hold down B as best as he can. It's going to be hard in this situation. As we see a 2-man flank coming from upstairs, making no noise. Mr. Stanley and Orange Juice. Preem is watching the flank. This is what you need to do. And he looked away at the worst time. That was, oh no. None of them. Orange Juice can get 3 of them right here. And Preem gets a, Mr. Stanley gets 2 of them. Doesn't get the 3rd. Preem Buzz gets the refrag. It is a 3v2. Sparks and Syrup alone in B. Sparks swings outside of B and gets picked off from the window. Syrup gets 1, drops the hatch, and Stormwatch ties it. Oh,
When Sparks swung, Farrah got a one-handed kill.
oh really?
Yeah.
Wow. Jeez, that is... Alright, we gotta remember to switch the names, whoever's on which side, so I guess we'll see. Another 6-6
Oh, yeah.
game. Another 6-6. Alright, who is on which side? Okay, we have him right. Stormwatch is on attack. Okay.
I actually never changed them from reloading, so I don't.
Okay, well, now you do. Or, well,
Now I do.
there you go. Alright, let's see. So, this last round, so we're gonna see a full buy round. Everyone has their kits. We have, how many Marui? We have 1 Marui on defense, 4 Vezins on the defense. The offense is electing to go more Maruis, which I personally like to see. 4 Maruis to 1 Vezin. Let's see what we can do here. It's top floor. I imagine that Mysterious Lunchbox is going to try to hold down Lounge. Lounge is a very essential part of this site. If you can hold down Lounge, this site is so hard to push. It's just, this space right here is essential to keeping A safe. The longer you can hold that down, the more picks you can get from holding that, the better. It seems like Man with the Foot is going to be droning. Let's see this drone work coming in from Man with the Foot. Let's see if he drones the flank. Marku gets the drone off rip from Man with the Foot, so they know that Marku is on the radio side. They don't know if he went into radio or not, but they know he's back there, so they have to keep an eye on that. It seems like they're giving, Mysterious Lunchbox is mistakenly giving up Lounge. Usually you want at least 1 or 2 people holding Lounge right here. They're giving easy access to get open the wall. It seems Jolly's swinging in, and they have, Stormwatch has control of Lounge. Wallbangs are coming in from Mysterious Lunchbox. No tags. They're shooting in a bad spot. In this wall, you want to shoot towards the window, kind of. And the trips are still on the door. No one has shot the trips going in the lounge door. Foam is not on the wall yet. Jolly shoots the door blocker off the lounge, the storage door. Is the trip broken? No, the trip is not broken off the lounge door yet. They gotta find that. They cannot take damage to trips right now. Jolly is getting ready for his team to get into position so they can pop this wall. Farrah is smartly watching flank, but he goes down off the rappel, and he's going into lounge now to meet up with his team. Man with the Foot baits the trip smartly. Sparks is playing close on the door. That's actually going to get damage on the Sparks. No, it's not. Wow, if he just barely missed the door. The whole team is in lounge. It seems like we have people watching flank. Orange Juice is behind the box, close on the breach. Ensign is coming out onto the breach wall. Doesn't get any damage. Nate comes in. Jolly gets a pick. Jolly's walking in. Jolly gets a 3K. What is going on? And Stormwatch wins. What? That happened so fast. Jolly just put the team on his back right there. 17-8. Walks in and gets a 3K. They just weren't watching the door. No proxy on the door, no nothing. They walk in. Jolly the GOAT himself gets a 3-piece and gets his team this win. Wow. Wow.
Jolly averaged 18 kills a game.
That is a LeBron performance if I've ever seen one by Jolly. What a game. I mean, he's putting up LeBron numbers. That was great. Good. I mean, this was a great cast from both teams. Stormwatch. Wait,